The other thing I plan to order this weekend is some wind deflectors, and I think the JES is the way I'm gonna go. What I don't know is if you have to remove the nasal. The other brand would probably be the Indian brand. I know Freedom Shields makes wind deflectors as well, but their wind deflector is meant as a replacement to the Indian brand piece, so you'd have to buy the Indian to get the hardware, then swap the actual shield. I don't want to do that. When I was reading the installation instructions for the Indian, I don't know, I just thought it was going to be like a 10-minute install, and they were talking about a lot of different washers and gaskets and taking apart the light assembly, whereas I think JES goes on the fork on the windshield bracket, if I understand right. I can't remember if I bought the JES ones for my Super Chief. I don't think they came with instructions, so I might be wrong about that. I watched another video where a guy put these on his Springfield, and he installed them backwards, which to me was very easy to do because they didn't come with any instructions or markings. I'm still wondering if I installed it correctly, so I'm going to go back and look at mine. Some people in the comments were telling the guy he had them installed backwards. And he put in the comments that he later went back and changed that. I think when I installed them on my Super Chief, I took a photo of it and sent it to them and asked if I did it correctly. And I assume he responded, but it's been, you know, a couple years. Or a year and a half, whatever it's been. When you guys check your tire pressure, do you fill up your tire if it's at all below where you normally set it? Or what's your tolerance level? For example, I tend to put 40 front and rear. That's a little higher on the front and normal on the rear from basically what I see. But if your rear tire, you know, if you come out and check it, I use this little Bluetooth caps that go on the stems, and I really like that, and I found they're pretty darn accurate, and I check them before every ride. So if it's at 40, that's where you like it, but it's at 39.7. Do you guys fill up, or do you keep riding? Part of me is in the zero tolerance crowd. I want it at 40, but I'm just curious what other people do. You know, if you guys saw the story in the news about the teenager, I think it was a teenager driving an Audi A4. He had totaled in the, I don't know, 10 or 11 months before then, a couple of other vehicles. And he was clocked at 112 miles an hour, ran a red light, went through an intersection, hit a mom full of kids in a van full of kids, rather, put it that way, a homeschooling mom, and he T-boned him, killed him. I think one or two of the kids in the back might have survived, but they're in intensive care. I think that's what it said. And it makes you think, you know, obviously if you've been on a motorcycle, you're not going to fare any better. And, you know, I try to look left and right at these intersections to see if anybody's running them. I try not to be the first through the intersection, like if I was up front here. I'm in no hurry to impress the people I'm beside, to take off, so I tend to let the other car go first. See, look at that. Car ran across. Ran that light. This guy coming over here. And, you know, I've had a few people in the comments on my older videos tell me I was getting too close to the car in front of me and I needed to allow more room. I don't know if it looks closer in the video, but I feel like I'm pretty well back, and if I was watching behind me, which I'm doing now, you know, I have an escape path here to the right. When I stop any earlier, especially if somebody's already behind me, I kind of feel like they get surprised and almost think I'm stopping too early, and I'll see their car kind of buckle like they're braking harder because I braked earlier than they thought. For those of you who use your iPhone and try to use Hey Siri, I swear, when I'm using this Cardo, it doesn't matter which helmet, it only works like 5 or 10% of the time. It never works voice activated when I'm moving. It will work if I'm sitting still sometimes. Now, if I hit the button on the side to prompt Siri, it works every time. It's frustrating that the voice activation doesn't work, because it works perfect when, you know, just using your phone.